Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, of course, head-to-head in the Super Bowl last night. And yeah, Philly comes out on top.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Yeah, it's the cream cheese on top. It was an absolute beatdown from start to finish for the Eagles in the 40-22 win. Philadelphia jumping out to a 24-0 lead at halftime, and they never looked back, ending Kansas City's chances of becoming the first franchise in NFL history to win 3 straight Lombardi trophies. The Eagles getting redemption as well for a Super Bowl loss against the Chiefs 2 years ago.
And joining us live this morning for some post-game analysis is TSN Bar Down's Eric Kirk. Eric, we haven't chatted in a while. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning. What did you make of this one? Because, I mean, that first half was so one-sided that I know, like, the sort of Super Bowl party I was at, people were kind of like, is this going to turn into a game?
Yeah.
And that was it. It was two things were going to happen. We were going to see something absurd, like the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl, or we were just going to see a cakewalk to the finish line. And unfortunately, for fans who had no real skin in the game, we saw a cakewalk to the finish line. I think you saw A.J. Brown was fuming, up 17-0, and then they come back and score another touchdown. And that, to me, was the moment where I was like, yeah, this game's over. Yeah. Philadelphia is just so in the driver's seat.
Yeah, let's talk about specifically the play of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. He threw a few times and, you know, they intercepted. It was like he was throwing to the other team. And Travis Kelce, I can't even remember, did he catch one time? What was going on with them, you think?
Kelce didn't get involved in the game until late in the third quarter, and it wasn't from a lack of trying. The MVP of this game was Jalen Hurts, but to me, it was Philadelphia's front seven. They were in Mahomes' face all game, and he had virtually no time to throw the ball. The Chiefs have a phenomenal offensive line, and they looked like a JV team out there. They could not do anything. So Mahomes did not play great, but really he had no time to do much with the ball.
Yeah, it was such a dominant performance, and of course, Hurts gets the MVP. But who else stood out to you, Eric, on the Eagles last night? Because, like you said, the front seven were one, Hurts is another. But I mean, they've just got so much depth. I mean, some people said it was the deepest starting lineup in football.
You can name almost any player, and I would be okay with that. To me, it was Josh Sweat. He came off the edge every single play, and the Eagles actually blitzed 0 times by play call, and they were in the backfield the entire game. So to have that as a stat and you win a game by double digits, your backups finished the last 4 minutes of the game, like, oh my God, there was a full team just beat down.
Yeah, well, what did you make of that, Eric? The fact that they put their backup quarterback in the game, was that kind of like a bit of a salt in the wound moment for them, giving Kansas City kind of like a, hey, there you go?
I haven't seen that happen in a Super Bowl in over a decade. Like, it's crazy to see a Gatorade shower with 4 minutes left in the game. The backups come in less than a game. And, like, for that to happen to a team like the Chiefs, who are, like, just right there with a chance to three-peat, it was crazy to see. I don't think it was anything malicious. I think the Eagles just knew game was over.
Okay, so what happens now, Eric? And I want to talk about Kansas specifically because, of course, so many people in Southern Ontario are Bills fans, and Kansas always sort of becomes the roadblock for the Bills getting to the Super Bowl as it is. What's going to happen with Kansas in the offseason? We're expecting many changes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a young, super talented quarterback, but what about his supporting group?
Everything will change from like year to year. You've seen Mahomes' weapons change each year that he's won the Super Bowl. He's never had the same real targets. So I expect a lot of the same. Does Travis Kelce come back? Does he retire? Who really knows? But at the end of the day, expect to see the Chiefs in the playoffs. Yeah. Expect to have to beat the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. And that's just the reality we live in.
But they were on the cusp of a history-making moment. So I don't know. We'll see which team can do that again. TSN's Eric Kirk, thanks so much. Take care, Eric. Good chatting with you again.